got each other, let's take it from there.
My hair changes so much, it is ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, but when you are in the music industry, and you are in front of people, you need to make sure that they remember who you are the next time they see you.
Yeah.
So if your hair is completely different every single time they see you, they might say, who is that? Oh, Chrisette, she changed her hair.
Yeah.
So that hairstyle was a long time coming. I had wanted to cut my hair off for a while, but I had to wait until everybody got used to one thing.
Nothing can stop love from loving on us. Yeah, now I'm not asking for much, just a couple of forever.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And for a while, that was a secret that I kept to myself. But as of recently, I've become a lot more okay with saying, you know what, blame it on me, it's about me. You know, that's, even though it's a song that I dreamt, when I woke up and sang it out loud, it hit home, it touched me.
Yeah.
So some of the songs are really close.
For love forever. I'm the only one, you're the only one, so together to never.
Let Freedom Reign was about liberation and allowing yourself to be exactly who you want to be without worrying about what other people have to say.
Yeah.
I shaved my head before I finished that album, and that was one of the most liberating things I had ever done, and it gave other women license to be liberated as well.
Nothing can stop ever.
Words like star and fame and all that kind of stuff always make me queasy. Because they come with a weird stigma or almost a negative connotation in the States, and so I didn't want to be associated with somebody who thought so highly of themselves.
Yeah.
But the song itself, which Neil wrote, was about a girl who had been through a lot and came out on top, got through the trenches and came out on top. And at that time, I was going through a lawsuit with an old manager of mine.
Wow.
And I was finally coming out on top. I was finally getting through it.
Yeah.
So I'm a Star spoke to me because of that.
Can you see the stars from above?
Videos are the most exciting part of this whole thing, because you get to pick out models and you get to pick out clothes and things like that. So yeah, I always have a say in what I do. Absolutely.
And I'm not asking you for much. I can't love.
Yeah, my style is different all the time. If you listen to my first album, which I think is my most honest album, it has so many different timbres, so many different styles. The song
Be Okay.
Be Okay sounds nothing like Mr. Radio, and those songs are both on the same album. It sounds nothing like If I Have My Way, which were both Grammy-nominated songs. So I'm just always all over the place like that. The Grammy was for music. It was for vocal performance. It was for alternative music.
Yeah.
And so I was able to represent music. I wasn't representing fame. I didn't get a Grammy for being famous.
I've seen it, done it, ran it, run it, been to the bottom and I came back from it. That'll be a pain in the pit of my stomach. Don't regret a thing just to keep it 100. Up in the drama, in the
Tre giorni son canina, 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 in letto se ne sta, in letto se ne sta. I went to school for vocal jazz and for classical performance.
no, I will not. Smile on my pretty mug. I get right back on the horse and I get it, yeah. I'm in the sky and I won't drive.
Black leather jacket. I swear by black leather jackets. I have too many black leather jackets. Chanel flats. I love flats. Tory Burch Chanel flats. And bags. I didn't always like bags, but now I like bags. I like a big, monstrous monster bag, which is fun. Now they got these bright colored jeans out.
Yeah.
I have one, a pair of royal blue ones, but they're a lot of fun to play with. And Louboutins. God bless Louboutins.
God bless.
Who can walk in them?
I've seen it, done it, gave my all to it. No fight, did it how you wanted to do it. Under the weather, love felt like the fluid. Through it, you blew it, and I'm feeling brand new. It's so. Look in the mirror and I see me. To be exactly who
Growing up, that was Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, I was raised on gospel music. My mother and father both sing, so I was really, really inspired by my parents. Now I'm really excited to say that there's so many people in the music industry that I adore, like Janelle Monáe,
Yes.
like Esperanza Spalding, who aren't afraid to be themselves and tell their truth.
But if you feel like me, and it is what it is, and what's it gonna be tonight?
I'm so excited. I'm working on a 4th album. I can't believe that this journey has taken me to album number 4. You know, you never know where life's gonna go. I didn't know I'd had 4 albums. So I'm in the studio now with No ID, and that's so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's really, really cool. And so I'm writing really, really classic sounding songs and adding these hard drums to them. So it's gonna make you listen to the words and bop your head at the same time. I think you'll like it.
So if you feel what I feel right now, baby, I'm
Extremely intimidating.
Yeah.
Extremely intimidating. People are always talking about the female psyche and how emotional we are, and people think that everything that you say has to do with some feminist idea or man bashing or this, that, and the third. When really, okay, I'm a female. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you got that one right. You know? And now let's do what we came to do.
boy, you're so sexy, you think you got it made. You smile when you like it away from me. You're talking out 2 sides of your face. I'm supposed to go.
Big, so I'm finally in love.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm not afraid to tell people that. I'm
that's
finally
wonderful.
able to talk about it. I'm not going to be singing a whole bunch of angry songs. Blame It On Me and Epiphany are out.
Yes,
I
I'm
don't even
over
know.
being young. I love that though. It helped me
Thank
through
you.
something.
Well, congratulations. I'm through it now,
Yeah.
and now I'm to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be talking about love, and I'm excited to do that.
Oh, wow.
I really am.
I can say, I can say, I can say. You got me guarded like an army grenade.
Amsterdam was one. I went to Amsterdam, and I've performed in Amsterdam 3 times, but one time I was there just on vacation, actually, to go hang out with Nas. And he had a show with a friend of his. But anyway, and I'm tweeting in Amsterdam, and I'm saying I'm gonna be at this store at 6 o'clock, and I'm gonna hold a show in the basement of this store, because I kept getting all these tweets from my Amsterdam fans.
Yeah, like when are you doing a show?
When are you why are you here? So I said, you know what, if you guys want to see some songs, I'm gonna sing some songs. So we went into this basement and had this underground secret show, all off of Twitter. That was one of the coolest things I ever did. And the room was full. We came and we sang together and we had a good time. I even had an opening act with a day's notice.
What?
Yeah, super cool.
Don't hurt me, I don't have what it takes. If you wonder what I'm doing, you shade. I see.
It makes you wonder sometimes if you look like your music, if you dress like your music, if you walk and talk like your music. My voice might be a little bit deeper than the way that I sing on Notebook in real life. Do you know what I mean? So you're always hoping that you represent your sound with the way you look, the way you talk, the way you speak, the way you tweet. You know, so it's a lot of, it's a challenge to make sure that you're always Chrisette Michelle.
Yeah.
You can't just be Chris.
You can't just walk around in like jeans and a t-shirt and be like, hey guys, I'm here to get
You can, but it's gonna be on Media Takeout tomorrow. So if that's what you want to do, when I shaved my head, the first place I saw my picture was on a social network, and I won't say which one it was. And
Were they saying mean things?
they were saying whatever they wanted to say, but it just let me know that what I'm doing is being watched. Whereas when I first got signed, I never had to worry about things like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even on my mind.
I can see your charades. Ooh.
You know what I'm excited about most is my next big tour. I love touring. I'm always on the road. I took a whole entire year just working on the weekends, which was this year, and kind of taking the year off to find love and to find my own space. But next year's tour is going to be bananas. I'm bringing in the band that I've always dreamed of. I'm bringing in the stage show that I've always wanted. I'm bringing in choreographers.
Well, I'm sorry to report, that's not working anymore. Now I need to see if that's really what you mean. No more.
Mug me. Am I gonna mug you?
Is that gorgeous or what, eh?
And I believe I can run a decent marathon.
Thank you very much.
Download Veely now.
Going nowhere fast, we've reached the climax. We're together, now we're undone. Won't commit, so we choose to run away.
You know, whether it's a tour, whether it's an album, you know, the one thing that I consistently look forward to is the fans. You know, obviously their approval by way of hearing the music, enjoying it, also buying a ticket to see me perform live. For me, you know, this is art. Every album that I do with an intent of making something that'll last forever, and hopefully that the fans will really enjoy it. I mean, it's one of the greatest moments in my career, to be able to share the stage with a mentor of mine, someone who, you know, for many years I emulated and obviously was influenced by, you know, to be able to, you know, share the stage with him for the 30-year anniversary of he and his group.
I gave my best, it wasn't enough. You get upset, we argue too much. We made a mess of what it used to be love. So why do I care at all?
It was an honor. For me, it was just yet another moment to be added to the history of great moments for me as a performer, and I'll never forget.
We're together, now we're undone. Won't commit, so.
Well, I mean, sure as we all have to set goals for ourselves, I mean, our planned destination is to be busy and to, you know, adjust to whatever you're introduced to. And what I mean by that is, okay, as an entertainer, I started off as a singer. You know, I grew to become a dancer and a performer. After becoming a performer, then I became an actor. After becoming an actor, I became an entrepreneur. After becoming an entrepreneur, I became an entertainer on a different level of introducing other artists.
Where are you now? And I need you around. I'm on my knees, but it's.
Then, you know, after that, I became a mentor. You know, so I think just to continue to evolve in a way that is beneficial for growth of myself and others, my likeness to continue to be remembered throughout history and associated with something great.
Yeah, man. So we back in the club with our bodies rocking from side to side, side to side. Thank God the week is done. I feel like a zombie gone back to.
For me, you know, there's a mantra that I've lived by, and it is that the journey of the destination is really what it's all about. The pursuit is more important than the actual destination. So as long as you are moving, as long as you are working, that is the destination, the journey. But really it is simply that, the journey is the destination. As long as you're working, you're good.
It's like there's no tomorrow, that's just right now, 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 now. Gonna set the roof on fire, gonna burn this motherfucker down, 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 down.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there were people who, you know, had their doubts. As I said, you know, art is subjective. Some people have an opinion they like about it, and of course they're entitled to because they're paying their money for it. But, you know, I never let that stop me. I've always been able to turn my hate into great and not really accept any down moments, low peaks as a failure, but yet a lesson teach me how to be better, stronger, more wise, and resilient. You know, I really have never gotten into the negative stuff. I don't really absorb it.
Speak no evil, see no evil. Get it, baby, hope you catch that like T.O. That's how we roll. My life is a movie and you just TiVo. Mommy got me twisted like a dreadlock. She don't wrestle, but I got her in a headlock. Never do make a bedrock. Mommy on fire, red hot. But
I'd like to. I don't know if comic relief would be the next step for me, but I mean, I think I'm funny. I might be a little dry humor, but my humor may be a little bit slower.
Yeah, baby, tonight, danger got us falling in love. Let go, falling in love.
You want to make it, then don't do it for the glory of it. Do it for the passion of it, because it's not guaranteed that it will happen. Of course, you can be positive, and you should be positive. But at the same time, it doesn't happen overnight. You know, there are special cases and people who have incredible talent. And even those people have to be nurtured by the right people, you know, steadfast. And I guess my greatest bit of advice is work hard, be a student.
We're going to give you guys a proper show as soon as we can. We'll be in touch. You can see yourselves how sick he is. We tried because he loves Berlin. We really wanted to give you guys a show. But unfortunately, we just couldn't do it. Thanks for understanding.
The objective of this album really was to kind of display the dichotomy of my personality, you know, to show that, I guess, for every good thing that happens or for every bad thing that happens, there's something good. For every lighter story about love, there's a story of lust. Paralyzed. Numb.
They say life is a battlefield. I say bring it on. If you wanna know.
It's really about, in a sense, the polar opposites of life and its experiences. You know, I've always talked about love. Probably haven't spoken about as much fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, songs like that definitely is about you're having a good time. But then, you know, it's always about me either getting out of a relationship or being in a relationship or the tumultuous nature of one relationship or something like that. Well, this album allowed me to kind of, you know, really look at both sides as I was in a transition. You know, some of the things that I had experienced, that I felt, places that I was, and I decided to do the album in Las Vegas.
Keep on doing the same old thing, and you expecting change.
You know, it was a little, you know, all over the place at times, and we really loved it being all over the place because that's what it was all about. But that was a monofocus for me to create something that was unusual, that people hadn't experienced before, and I really wanted to be in a place that was somewhat of like a melting pot where people, you know, and cultures come. You know, that is a place that people travel frequent. So who knows? It could be through a conversation. I meet somebody before you know it, I'm chopping it up, and I grab something from the conversation and I'm writing about it. You know, it could be a connection with somebody really quick.
Go, I don't care anymore, just go now. You never know until you let yours go. I can feel you now.
It's like art, you know, you look at something on television, you have a conversation, you feel something, you begin to, you know, write about it. But more than anything, the musical experience of it was that, you know, really I wanted people to really get a sense of the versatility of my art. that, you know, there's a little bit of everything, there's a little bit of something for everybody on the album. Rather it is grown and sexy, rather it's young, hot, rather it's, you know, steaming and international, rather it's your classic Usher, rather it's something new. Or either what you're gonna see tonight, which is a live experience. So it's all of that gumbo kind of put together.
I know you think I'm afraid to take a chance, go to the deep end. Usher, baby. Sounded like something. These waters.
Because we have a candid friendship. Well, speaking of Miguel, we've worked together on albums, Raymond versus Raymond, and we've written other times on other projects and things together. He's like a little brother to me, and an incredible talent that I really felt like the world needed to see. I wanted, you know, my American fans to be introduced to someone really great, and this was an opportunity to give him that chance to better himself as a performer, and also, you know, grow.
My ways, but I promise, girl, I ain't afraid. It's raining inside your bed. No parts are dry. Loving made you so wet. Your legs, your thighs, and
for Trey Songz, you know, given the talent, given the time and effort that he's put into his career, you know, I champion and from a distance or up close mentor all talent that I see that is great. I think that he's an entertainer, has definitely done an incredible job, and I'm very proud to have shared this opportunity with him, to give him an opportunity to come in front of my audience, as well as bring his as well.
have a little bit of me, baby. I don't need a lifesaver, baby. Going deeper ain't gonna kill me. And I love the rush I get from there. I see the walls are looking like they might.
You know, for me, every time I hit the stage, I obviously give my all. You can tell by the buckets of sweat that come out of me. You know, with all the pyrotechnics and the moving stages and screens and everything, ultimately it's about sweat equity. It's about the connection between me and the fans, and them knowing that I'm giving my energy as classic entertainers like Jackie Wilson, like James Brown, like Michael Jackson did, because that essence of entertainment, you know, at times gets lost in mediocrity. You know, a lot of what you see on television is all about
I'm not afraid to try. And I don't mind playing in the rain.
It may also be the perception of where we are and what we have. And for me, it's more or less about making sure that I make a connection that is like none other with that audience. So if you ever get a chance to see it in Africa, just know that that performance will be specifically catered to you.
And ever since we first met,